So one of the things that I think the public has said to us over the last 4 years is, we want to see what you're doing, right?
Transparency.
We want transparency. They also want integrity, right? I can be as transparent as I want to be, but I have to act with integrity. So I always like to say people want integrity in their elections, not just that transparency. But when you look at Monday processing, one of the things that I think is a huge plus in that column is, on election day at 7 a.m. under current law, you can start processing those absentee ballots. And those observers that are coming out to watch that process are also trying to observe all the other processes of election day, right? If we could move that to the Monday before, okay, there's a couple of things that we'd be able to accomplish. One, that transparency and integrity is going to be even easier to see, welcome, because you're not going to be dividing your attention. So when you have your observers come out, they're going to know we are starting in this jurisdiction at this time, and we're going to send our observers out there. Okay, they're going to be able to concentrate on that process. Your election workers are going to be able to concentrate on that process. Their attention isn't going to be divided somewhere else. In smaller municipalities, like in Oconto County, you have poll workers not only processing their absentees on election day, but they're also doing the day-to-day activities of election day. So having that happen earlier. And also, people want information now. They don't want to wait anymore. We are not the delayed gratification world that we keep telling our children they've got to learn to adapt to, right? It's just not ever coming back, okay? So they want to go to bed on election night knowing the results of those elections. And by doing that processing on Monday, okay, we're still not giving you results till 8 p.m. on Tuesday, but doing that processing would allow people to go to bed Tuesday night knowing the results of those elections. And I think those two are the big key points.
But doing them when there's observers present.
Everything that we do is observer present.
Okay.
Can you outline for people, can she explain to people what processing means so they know exactly?
Explain to me. Explain to me, because
I would love
got it
it,
wrong. But tell me why I was wrong.
Now I'm shaking because every municipal clerk is going, that's my job, not the county. So, but from the county perspective, because we don't actually get to be there on election day, right? We're doing the county's role. But from the municipality role, the processing of those absentee certificate envelopes, they're making sure. So I think I want to back up one thing, is that when a voter makes the request for the absentee ballot, that's tracked. So we know who we've issued those absentee ballots to. I think that's really important for the public to understand. It's not just you make this ask and we send you one and we wonder if it's ever going to come back. We know, we've tracked that, okay? So when one comes back, you can go out on WisVote and you can see my ballot has been sent, my ballot has been received back with my municipal clerk, okay? Now it's going to come to that processing. So did the voter remember to sign the certificate envelope? Did they show photo ID? Because you're going to look for the clerk's initials up in the upper right-hand corner. You got to think of where the outline of the ballot. So are we going to see those initials? Did the voter sign? Did the witness sign, print their name, put their address? All those things, the very first thing they're doing is making sure that the certificate envelope is complete, that they're not missing anything, okay? If they are, then there's a process for that clerk to reach out to that voter and their original witness to come in and fix that, okay? But that would be allowable on that Monday, okay? They're going to then put, I mean, our clerks are already doing a lot of that, right? They're already looking for all that stuff before election day. They're putting them in alphabetical order. They're doing all the steps to make Tuesday as flow as well as it possibly can. But those are the things that you're looking to process. You're going to give them the voter number. You're going to be able to put them in a tabulator, okay? But you're not counting them. And I think that's the hanging, that's what people get hung up on, is are they going to know who won, and then we're going to know we need to turn out this many voters on election day. That information isn't part of that processing.
Right, and this, you know, when I first started as a political reporter, we didn't hardly worry about absentee ballots because, you know, there wasn't a lot of in-person early voting, right? It wasn't pushed by candidates and the parties. So it is a relatively recent phenomenon.
And if I can just
go ahead.
weigh in, also, Wisconsin doesn't have true early voting at this time, okay? So what you see in the media or in other states, things like that, what Wisconsin has is in-person absentee. That's what we call early voting around here. So whether you're doing it by mail or doing it in person with your clerk, the process that you're following is exactly the same. It's still, you're gonna get that ballot, you're gonna put it in the certificate envelope, your clerk may be your witness instead of a spouse or a neighbor, but everything that is going through, so when we use those are some of those semantics I guess I get a little caught up on, is it's that in-person absentee or by mail absentee.